Lights, camera, Hollywood. Oh, yeah, baby. It's time. The Hollywood era is finally coming to Kansas City starting this weekend. It's all signs point to that. So Hollywood Brown practiced in full today and yesterday, and he's trending towards making his debut on Saturday at 1 o'clock against the Houston Texans after missing most of the season with a sternoclavicular injury that occurred on the first play of preseason. The first play of preseason, the guy has not played since. That's just, it's giving you PTSD.
Yeah. Oh, Lord. Go ahead.
So, JD, obviously, he's going to play if he does play this weekend, which is all signs point to that. What are realistic expectations for Hollywood Brown this weekend when we do see him on the field for the first time in a Chiefs uniform in regular season play?
I think you work him in a little bit, get him some reps. What that looks like percentage-wise, I don't know, 25, 40, possibly. See what it looks like. Why not?
Wow, that's a lot.
I mean, why not? I mean, I don't think as far as conditioning is going to be a problem. He's a fast guy. He didn't hurt his legs. So it's all up top. Can he take a hit? That's the question. That's what it's all about. So we want to test it out of him catching the football. So the injury that he had, it was almost a godsend for us, put it that way. Because as long as they will take hits and he doesn't have any type of way about it, like, I'm unsure, so still a little bit of pain there, is it secure? He should be fine. So it's like a run all day. Yeah, fresh legs, as Andre said, fresh legs. He'll be in good condition. There's no question about that whatsoever. So, but I think we need to go ahead and turn the juice up on him right off the bat. Why not? I think, matter of fact, first play of the game offensively, go deep, Hollywood, go deep. That's what I was saying. Where we going? We're going right up here. That's where we're going, okay? Post route, go route, what we doing. That's what we're going to do, okay? So Marcus is looking back like it is the Olympics again. The track meet we were talking about, baby.
I know.
Oh, my gosh.
What saddens me is if he does come, let's say he does actually get a lot of play in this game. For me, it's like, wow, like what could have been? Like what could have been if he played all season long, right? Like, all this talk about, the offense looks kind of sluggish. If he had played all season, like, man, like what could the offense could have looked like? And that's the part I'm gonna get FOMO of what could have been. But nonetheless, we're gonna have him for the stretch run, which is all that really matters. But Pat said the other day, he is in shape, but like what you always talk about, being in shape versus being in game shape is a little different, two different things. With this injury, right? You can still run and whatnot, but how limiting is it as far as running? Because it's right here. So is it kind of difficult to kind of get your full range of motion you're running in? What kind of limitations does it place on you? Because you had this injury.
Yeah, he's been working on that. I guarantee it. He's been catching the ball over his head and out here and running and opening up, putting his foot in the ground, coming out of the break. I'm sure he's been doing all of those different things. So I don't think that's going to be any type of difficult for him at all. Like I said, it's going to be him catching the football and then getting hit. And then he's like, I am okay. I'm fine. He does that, man. Oh, he's like, man, wait till they get a load of me. If he actually gets that first initial hit, I think he'll be fine. That's why I think you'll see him probably about the 25%, maybe even 40 range. Maybe a guy's getting in. I wouldn't necessarily put him in to block as much. It's route running, baby. That's what I want you to do once you're running routes. But Coach, I go in there for the block on the screen. Nope. Maybe one or two, but other than that, we having you're gonna test this defense out. That's what we're gonna do. Okay, we're gonna put on the afterburners and let's go. That's how we're gonna fly. So let's get ready. Has Hollywood been tackled in practice? No.
They don't do that tackling in practice anymore.
No, heck no. If it's like got tackled in practice, man, somebody getting cut or getting cussed out. Cut or cussed out. I guarantee that. All right. I'm sure he doesn't mind it. Maybe when they do one-on-ones, guys can get, legs tangled up, things of that nature, but they're probably giving him a good look. I guarantee they're doing one-on-ones and they're not taking it easy on him. So he's still getting some hits and stuff like that in Hollywood. But if they tackling out there right now, shame on them. Shame on them, because I know somebody's yelling out there, man, stay up. Stay up. Don't tackle guys to the ground. I guarantee that's a fact that's going on out there. So I know I'd be livid. If I was Embry, somebody tackled Hollywood Brown, boy, I'm going out there and I'm throwing my hat in there. What's wrong with you? And I'm going crazy. So Andy'd probably do that too. So
what's the you had this injury? Were you, because obviously not to the extent that Hollywood had it? What's the re-injury risk, and what is as far as like, were you worried about it happening again? Like, were you like when you? But obviously, your injury wasn't as bad as Hollywood's, right? I mean, his was pretty rough. As far as that's why they had to give him that surgery weeks later when it wasn't healing properly. Were you concerned about it when you went back to play, or no?
No, not necessarily. I kind of figured that the window is going to be somewhere around about 4 weeks, 4 to 6 weeks, usually especially for that type of injury. So I knew he was going to be without him for a little bit. But when they said that it didn't set like the way it was supposed to, I was like, man, okay. Because I don't know that part of it. I don't know that part of it. I like to feel like I'm Wolverine and I'll heal up. So I got that that Weapon X DNA in me. So, but no, I think with him, because it was something unprecedented situation, Dr. Chow had said about it. Something told me that with the surgery, because it wasn't going to be, he didn't have any type of extensive damage, that it was going to be somewhat of a pretty quick healing process. So, oh yeah, JD had way more pec and trap muscles to limit that injury. Yeah, that was probably part of the problem. Probably wouldn't get back in. Muscles like pop back in there, pop back in there.
So you think it'll be more of a downfield threat with him? Obviously, that is what his thing is, but like, he's also a quick screen guy. Do you think they would probably do more 9-8 routes with him than do a quick screen for him to get just kind of get right away, get hit? Hey, quick screen, take a hit, so we know right away, hey, you're fine, kind of thing.
I mean, probably slants. I mean, he'll run intermediate routes, comebacks, hitches, curls. He'll do all those different things. He had 9 routes and 8 for sure. But as far as like, if you want to run a screen with him, yeah, maybe you could do that. But we have other guys who do those things. So definitely quick slants. We need it. But that's also a quick banger too, as far as a quick slant. Because you run in there too with them linebackers as well. So you make sure you want to keep them hits off of him. Make sure every guy that's hitting him is 200 pounds and less. Is what you want to be able to do. So I tell him, as soon as you catch the football, you see anybody come and get down quick.
Yeah, I believe the play that when he got hurt, I believe that was a post or a dig, if I remember correctly, on that play. So I mean, it was just a fluke injury, man. That the way that happened on a play, how innocent that looked.
So I don't remember the play in itself. What ended up happening? What did he go down on the ground, or what was it?
It was like he caught the ball, and then like when he got tackled, he went down the ground. He went like chest first into the ground.
Okay.
So that was what I mean. Let me actually pull it up here.
All right. It's flexibility a problem after the surgery. They'll work all those things out. You start trying to get flexible and whatnot, try to save you from it. Oh, yeah, that's right. So you see how he's driving him into the ground. That right there immediately, like, I mean, he's shoulder compressed. So I could see that. Yeah. Yep. That'll do it. Boom. So you see that side right here that he's hitting, that will jar that loose right there, on the collarbone.
Yeah.
That'll do it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's a good thing we have him back. I mean, it's terrible we missed him for the whole season. If you were a fantasy owner who had him, thinking that he was going to be pay off dividends for you. You probably didn't make it this far in your fantasy leagues, but if you did, you might be able to utilize him in the fantasy championship next week.
I think did he? Because that was right there in preseason.
That
So
first play of preseason.
Yeah, so they probably didn't pick him up in fantasy. Y'all do fantasy? Do y'all do fantasy in preseason?
Oh yeah. So some of my
Are
leagues
you kidding me?
Well, the day that happened, that week, so it happened, and I had a draft the following week. They said it was only a 2 or 3 week injury, so I was like, oh, okay, he'll be back by week 2 at the latest, right? At that time, because it was before they said he had to get the next surgery on it, because that happened until weeks later. So I drafted him thinking he was going to be able to come back by week 2, and then week two never came.
Yeah, I see you. Okay, jeez.
Yeah. So, man, thinking about that, week 2, okay, that's fine. I'll have it the whole season. This week 1, I got a good enough team to, be able to ride it out, and it never came. Luckily, the one league that I kept him, it's a keeper league. I kept 3 people. I kept him going into the season. My team still, luckily, I drafted well, so I'm in the playoffs still. But my other teams that had Hollywood Brown are no longer. But it is what it is. I'll potentially have him for the championship. Hi, everybody. Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get the latest from the show. Also, be sure to check out the best clips from Chief Concerns. And if you prefer to listen to the show, subscribe and follow us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and anywhere else you get your podcasts.